That's really nice.
How long have you been waiting to do that?
Forever.
Sometimes it's really hard to think about what we want to say on camera before we get started.
It's the hardest part of the game.
So we just wander around thinking about what we're going to do.
It's a special day nonetheless because the two people who own this place are here.
Boss man and boss man.
And they brought both of their cars. Which
Street cars.
Are more than you and I and all of us can afford, pal. I mean, this isn't an episode about scumbaggery. This is an episode about the founders, the cars they drive. I know you guys think
they're dream cars.
Yeah, I know you guys think we're nothing but shit cars, but we actually have some nice things, so we're going to show you.
They both brought by what they call their dream cars, and
we'll never be able to afford them cars.
Yeah, it's a good setup.
How good do these things look together, though?
Yeah, this is. We were just talking about how this is a pretty rare fleet. Yeah, it's a good lineup. What year is this car? The RX200. Oh, it's an 86. Here's a 91.
Mine's a 91, but it was the same thing forever.
Right.
It's basically a 930.
Yeah.
Just redone as a 964.
Is the internet gonna hate you for that?
Well, it is. It's a 3.3 turbo, so it's a 930. It's not a real 964 turbo. It's a 965 because it's a different engine.
Ken is literally falling asleep.
Yeah,
and
done.
if you want to hear more about Ryan's car, we did a daily trans on it. Go watch that. This is about the RS200.
Porsche.
So this
and Porsche's
so this car.
So this is the RS200, and while it was built for Group B, unfortunately, go ahead.
I want a fun fact to you guys right now. Fun fact. Brian knows exactly why cars went from circle headlights to square headlights.
What does that even mean? what does that even mean?
Why would anyone know that? Why would anyone know that?
Is that even a thing?
It's a thing.
Because at one point in time, the Department of Transportation only allowed round headlights. Why are you getting so close?
Because this is Brian facts.
Right
These
now.
are Brian facts.
It was sometime around like 77, 78 that they allowed square headlights. That's why like the Trans Am got square headlights, the Corvette got square headlights, the Lagana got like 6 square headlights. Lagana, check it. Aston Martin.
So back to the car. So this is a 1986 Ford RS200. It was built for the Group B era of rally. They had to make 200 of them to race in the World Rally Championship.
Called homologation. That's why we have cool cars.
This is my favorite car of all time. I get asked all the time.
That's a bold statement.
No, it is. So I'm such a fan of stage rally that like the Group B era is like, oh, it's the epitome of rally racing. And this was Ford's car that they built specifically to go race the all-wheel drive Group B class at that time. And 86 was the big year that they entered the championship with this car. And I don't think they even did the full season that year. They were building up to a full season. But 86 was the year that they killed the Group B era because people were dying. So they call them the Killer Bees, thus my license plate.
And another fact is that Porsche also was building a 959 to race in Group B as well, and also was not allowed. Well, they never really get that chance to.
Right, so I mean that's two of the most like iconic cars of that era.
That never really actually became Group B heroes because they never got a chance.
Right, yeah, they never got the chance. This is one of 24 Evos or Evolutions.
So for those of you watching at home, and when you hear Evo, you think Mitsubishi. Actually, it's a Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution model. There was also a Mercedes-Benz Cosworth Evolution model, and this was Evolution. In rally and racing, the Evo is sort of just another like version on the homologation build. So it was just like that much better.
So real quick on the Evolution also, you know, 1 of 24, I think it's a 2.4 liter engine that's part of the Evo designation. On road gas, I think this car puts out about 700 horsepower.
Woo.
On race gas, it's over 800.
Man.
So this thing is quick. And it's frightening, like because it's such a big turbo and it comes on in such an aggressive manner.
Cut to in-car, a proper fear in this man's face. While driving on canyons, like it wasn't even that nuts, and there was just proper fear.
Yeah, but the problem is like the seating position for me being 6'1" in this car is terrible.
You sit like this, it's so weird.
Yeah, I'm like, and then the pedal box isn't straight, it's like offset.
Oh man.
And then it's really small, so my feet don't fit in there very well with normal shoes on. And then the way that the thing like hits, and then you have to try and get on the brakes, and my feet are hitting the wrong pedals.
You don't fit in cars.
Oh.
I think sometimes you jump into this and you think everyone knows what the RS200 is, because for us as rally fans, we love this car, but it's actually mid-engine, so the engine sits right behind the driver's seat.
And with Hurt standing next to it, it looks like a go-kart.
Yeah. That's a good look for you, Hurt.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll get to drive it someday.
Unfortunately, you and I don't fit. It's a real easy answer for him. It's just like, I think one of the things about this car, and this is just my opinion, so I don't know if anyone cares, but like the Audi S1 is probably one of my favorite rally cars of all time, but it looks like a refrigerator, and it was designed with a protractor. Like it doesn't have like that sexy appeal. Like this car looks sexy. I mean, it still looks new. It's an '86. It doesn't really look that old. Like it
does not look dated. So one of the unique things about this race car in the Goopy era is a lot of those cars were based on production models. They were modified production models. But this car was the first car of that era that was actually built from the ground up, designed from the ground up. I think it was an Italian designer.
Pininfarina?
Yeah, Pininfarina actually designed this. And I mean, that's the thing, it still looks good today because it was an original design built from the ground up. Now there is a bit of parts bin stuff on here.
Like the taillights.
Yeah, these are like from the Sierra, same with the headlights.
And that's because it all had to be legal, so it was just easier for them to grab parts that were already DOT legal or European legal at that time, TUV.
Yeah, well, so the livery is taken from the livery that was used on this race car. So when they ran this race car for the factory team, it was white, and it had big blue stripes on the side of it. So when I got this car, it was a bright blue that had been painted metallic, and we wanted to make it fit me and the team, so I wanted it flat black. So we thought, okay, how do we take the flat black look but give homage to the original race look? So I came up with this idea of the flat black but doing the race stripes with the gloss. So it's actually a complete, very nice, expensive gloss black paint underneath, and then wrapped with the flat vinyl on top.
Awesome.
All right, let's show them under the clamp shell. So this is one thing I want to point out. If you own this car, you have to put the gas in back here, but you have to pull this switch to open that. So it's actually impossible to drive this car by yourself. Teamwork makes the dream work on this car.
And the other bad thing is, do we have
a prop
thing to hold it
I
up?
don't think so.
Let's just use it.
It might be in the front passenger.
Let's use Vinny's head. I didn't mean because it's bald. I just.
I thought you were going there.
No,
Oh,
I
here.
just.
Yeah, I got it. Or this one. It's pretty nice.
How long have you been waiting to do that?
Forever.
Brian actually bought that at a swap meet in 1994.
He had to walk 3 miles in the snow to get there too.
So,
Dual shock.
yeah, first off, let's talk about why the hell it has 4 shocks. Well, 2 shocks on each
Because
corner.
4 is better than 2. Okay, move on. Next question.
Because 80s.
Because 80s.
80s.
Well, I'm assuming it's like low and high speed.
They couldn't put low and high speed in the same shot.
Right.
Right. I don't know.
We don't actually even really need 4 anymore, but we still have it. Because KW can put low and high
Oh,
speed
yeah.
Right.
in current shocks.
But this is era specific, though.
yeah, it's era specific, and they needed 2 shocks to be able to
Right,
do
it has
what
turbo
one modern
fans.
shock could do today. Another kind of classic old.
Yeah, not turbo fans. Turbo fans go bolted on the outside and have
This
fins
is sort
to
of
pull the air
inspired
in.
by a fan
Yeah,
design.
but this is more of a classic motorsport wheel from that era. As you can see, nice big turbo there. Now the turbo intercooler, if you come out here, the turbo intercooler is actually sitting up here.
Oh, that's the intercooler up there?
The intercooler is up here.
Oh, damn.
So one
that's
problem
nuts.
that they had with the intercooler is that the air comes over the windscreen. You actually don't get a lot. They don't get enough into there. So actually, as they started to build this car to a rallycross car, they needed more cooling. They started to build this taller.
Oh,
try and
okay.
Suck in more air.
So is it pretty efficient up top now?
Yeah, right now it is for this purpose.
Is this factory aero, like the roof dip and that?
Yeah, that. And these wings too, they added these in the Evo model to bring more air and more cooling into the engine bay also.
I wish this camera zoomed faster. It's cute because you guys are wearing the same hat.
So, by the way, come back here. So the car's actually registered in Utah.
How is this thing on the street?
It's a nightmare.
I think he meant legally, but
Yeah.
But the thing is, this license plate doesn't fit in here, all right? So we had to bolt this into the mesh, and then we made this Hoonigan license plate.
Yeah, it looks
from
legit.
Here. So this is actually era correct. We got this out of England.
Looks like there's a lot going on back here.
Yeah, it looks crazy.
how many RS200s do you think are here in the US?
Probably less than 10, I would think. I know of a couple
damn.
of them.
I've only seen like one or two, like
Steve Rimmer up at Dirtfish
over at Dirtfish,
has one.
he has one.
Yeah.
That's the only one I've ever actually
And I've
seen.
seen I've seen one at a Cars and Coffee here in LA.
Oh, okay.
So one of the couple here in the States is actually Tim Allen.
Can we just get an insert of her that you can just cut through right there?
That's a good era of TV.
Man, this is the nicest looking race car on the inside. God damn.
I see what you mean about the pedals.
Oh, wow. Yeah. But damn, you got like suede dash.
Yeah, well,
Door panels, this
we
is
didn't really
like-
change anything inside the car. We put new seats in, but all this stuff is stock and standard. But we just re-wrapped everything in some nicer materials.
Air
Which is
conditioning?
so good.
Yeah,
So
switch is
80s.
so 80s. Yeah, those are nice. Hertz new thing is race cars with AC.
Man, I'm all about AC.
It's just heat.
Yo, you know what they say?
It's an AC.
That's Hertz new obsession.
You know the old saying is you can make any car fast, but can you make it fast with air conditioning? There's a car on the cover of Hot Rod the other day. It was 1,300 horsepower with air conditioning. And then that was like the cover line. It was like 1,300 horsepower with air conditioning. That's the subscriber base for Hot Rod. You're like 60, you're like, I want a lot of power, but I want to be comfortable.
Gotta have AC.
Yeah, that'll be me soon.
How's Hot Rod Power Tour, Brian?
Hot and horrible.
Yeah, what is the one thing you wish you had? 300 less horsepower, 100% more
I
air
wish I had
conditioning.
300 horsepower running the air conditioning system. The reason I brought my car out is A, I just got it back and it's running again, which is kind of nice.
What was wrong with it?
The clutch slave was leaking, so the pedal was sticking to the floor. The other reason is that we wanted to get some photos of the two cars together because these are kind of both mine and Ken's dream cars. Would you say this is your dream car, Ken?
I think I've explained it, yes.
Yes. I just wanted you to just say it again. So anyway, these were our dream cars. These are the cars that we always wanted. Quick little insight on them. There you go.
So comment below, what would you rather have? RS200, RWB 911?
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's a wrap!
Or us.
Or me and Hurt!
Or us.
Now on to just bitching at him to drive that thing more, because it's sick.
That's what we need to do.
God damn it.
So we just need to pester him.